I was really keen to explore two generations. I like the idea of two different generations, two competing generations, two conflicting generations together, being forced together, and the idea that two characters at the beginning of the film appear one thing and they are something else by the end of the script. They go through a big change and we realise they're not as the audience thought they were at the start. Well, Joe is a selfish, womanising, like me. No, he's not really me. He's a very selfish man, and although it appears that at the beginning, but of course we warm to him by the end, I think, and he changes and he becomes a good man who helps out someone, not for money either by the end. He's not a mirror image of me, not really. But I met Adam at a film event, and he spoke to me afterwards and wanted me to write something for him, and we went through some ideas, and one was about a woman dressing up as a chicken and terrorising a neighbourhood, and for some reason he didn't want to do that one. So he went for, as soon as I mentioned this idea, the young man, the older woman, forced together, he wanted to do it, and actually wrote it really quickly. It was been something in my head for a while, something I wanted to write, and so I wrote it really quickly, and it's nice to see it today. I had it in my head, and to see it realised he was good. I like Adam. He's a good chap, and he was what I like most of all. He was so enthusiastic about this idea. As soon as I mentioned it, he said, "Oh yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah. Oh mate, oh yeah, this has gone so well." And he kept pestering me to write it as quickly as he could, and gave me all these bogus deadlines, which didn't really exist. But I did do it really quickly, and he was really happy. And he actually had very sensible suggestions with the idea that when I wrote the first draft, he came up with some really good additions and takeaways as well, and he was really helpful in that process. And miraculously, I'm allowed on the set, which is quite a miracle for a writer. Normally they're banished long before now, so I'm pleased to be here. I haven't really interfered too much either, although I did in rehearsals a lot, annoyingly, but I've learnt to stem my preciousness. No, I wrote it really quickly. I had when I've written feature films in the past, I've planned meticulously, and I've thought about it from start to finish, and the major turning points, and the three acts. But with this, because it's a shorter film, it was in my head. It was something I just really wanted to just get down. I splashed it down as quickly as I could, and the thing wrote itself. I was so keen to write it that it wrote itself. I had a direction. I knew roughly what was going to happen, but inevitably we had a number of drafts, and but no, for me it was a clear idea. It's all about those two and their relationship, and compared with some of the other stuff I've done, which has been a bit slapstick and a bit obvious and a bit comical, I like the fact that this is a slightly more subtle type of comedy. I like the tone of it. Yeah, I like the beach scene. I think that's quite comic, although I'm quite happy with the opening. I wanted to start the film with no dialogue. I wanted it to be a very visual film. I wanted to have minimal dialogue, and I like the church scene also for the same reason, a very peaceful, tranquil scene where Joe finally actually looks at Elsie and tries to figure it out more. Before that, he doesn't care. He's being paid to do it. He's not interested in his own world. But I think they have the first glimpse in the church scene where he's reflecting on her a bit more and thinking about her, and maybe beginning to care slightly for her. So basically it's the quiet scenes, I think, really, and the comic scenes. But I'm very happy with the whole thing. I think it's got a bit of everything. It's got the comic scenes, it's got drama in it, it's got the emotional scenes. But for me, I just really like the way the two characters work together.